Hey guys, happy holidays. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit special this year. I'm going to be giving away the complete 9-season Blu-ray pack of Dragon Ball Z. So if you guys want to enter, don't forget to subscribe. Go down to the description section below and hit that link for more details on how to enter. Good luck everyone and enjoy the video.
Hey YouTubers! That is MJ, I'm Mark. We're here today with another theory video, speculation on Dragon Ball Super. I'm going to let MJ, because he has it right in front of him, talk to you guys about what Jiren said about his wish. We haven't really seen much of this in the anime besides Topo really mentioning it, and I believe episode 109 of Dragon Ball Super, before Jiren and actually Goku started fighting for the first time. We don't know what it is, and I really think, I know you agree with me, man, I think that is the most interesting thing about Jiren right now. It's like, what is that wish? Like, what could he possibly want so much? Do you want to kind of explain to people what happens in the latest Dragon Ball Super chapter from Toritaro in order to kind of set the mood for this discussion?
Okay, so basically Jiren shows up and he helps the Pride Troopers defeat a monster that was terrorizing a city. And when that happens, Topo asks him, and hey, can you basically join the tournament? You know, he informs him of everything that's happened, right? And he says, no, I'll have to decline. Topo is really freaked out and he says, well, what's the reason? You know, because if we don't win this tournament, if you aren't there and we lose, then there won't be a universe left for you to defend. And then he says, well, then that's the fate of our universe. That's very 17-esque, you know, if I remember correctly. 17 had a very kind of similar response to Goku. And he says, I'm not about to save our own universe at the cost of having others be erased. And that's basically the end of that until Vermouth shows up and says, if we win, your wish could come true. Jiren quickly turns his head. And basically from there on, he's there. They got him hooked. So, yeah, Jiren, being the hero he was, basically declined to join the tournament. And then whatever Vermouth has over him with his wish, whatever this wish is, how personal it is, whatever it is, Jiren quickly accepted. So this wish is like a big deal, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that's why it was also mentioned in 109, because as this tournament progresses and as the arc progresses, we're probably going to find out more about it. You know?
And you know, that's the one thing about this is I want to know what it is. I know you want to know what it is. I want to have some reason to root for him, or at least understand why he does what he does, because right now it kind of seems, no matter whether it's the manga or the anime that you're looking at, it kind of seems like Jiren is just kind of the guy who sits around and waits for things to kind of interest him, and nothing else really gets to him at that point. And I want to know what he kicks for, what he wants. And you know what, MJ, I was thinking before we started this video, and I told you about it, but I want to kind of reiterate it just right now. I think I know what it is. And it's not, he's going to have all the universes come back. Just that dialogue exchange right there is kind of indicative of that, isn't it? It's just one of those, yeah, I don't really care. It's like all the other universes, yada, yada, yada. Which is weird because the guy fights for peace and justice. You would imagine he would want to protect all the other universes. What if that is the case, though? What if that's always been the case? What if Dragon Ball Super has told us already what Jiren wants? Arcs and arcs ago, the same way they did with Ultra Instinct and everything else. What if it's the cube? What if it's the cube that was promised to hit that he declined after the end of the Champa Arc tournament, after he lost to Monaka? Because look, the one thing we know about the cube is it's kind of taboo. It's the traveling of the gods, or at least the gods of destruction. We've only really seen use it, but probably the gods of creation can use it as well. Travel in between universes. Doesn't matter. Jiren can obviously, I would at least beg to think that based on the manga, he can breathe in space, which I've argued in the past is one of the things that you need to be able to do in order to pilot the cube, considering that Whis piloting it, at least in the manga, outside of it. So obviously, but, and also they also showed in the Champa arc that who could breathe in space, because obviously him and Frost were breathing out there in the middle of space when they were trying to, when they had their encounter and Hit stopped him. So what if it's so taboo, as we kind of got an idea from that arc, where Vados guaranteed it to hit if they won, and Champa was like, oh man, like that's just wrong. Like, not a god of destruction, no one can get to him, he can go basically wherever he wants and no one can find him. I mean, that's just wrong. He's kind of too much of a threat to do that, but you know, we made a mistake, we made a commitment here and we're gonna kind of abide by it. Universe 6 and 7 to me have always been kind of the outliers. They're kind of the bad boys of the universes at this point. I mean, even Universe 7 is one of the lowest rated universes, at least in the mortal level. Clearly, Champa and Beerus are doing something wrong. Is it possible that Universe 11 was upholding that rule? Mortals can't have the cube, even though someone like Jiren probably is so close and buddy-buddy with Beaumont and everyone else that he wanted it. Maybe that's one of the reasons he wanted to become a god of destruction, so he can go police other universes. And they're like, wait, like, you really can't do that. That's not the whole point of this job. He's like, no, fine, I don't want it anymore. Like, I just want that cube so I can go police and bring justice to all these other universes because I'm strong and I can police my sense of justice around the multiverse. What are your thoughts?
I like that because that would kind of fit the character, at least from what we've seen from Jiren in the manga. The only thing that's a bit weird to me, though, is, yeah, you kind of broke it down already, but I'm still kind of calling BS on it, basically. It just seems like Vermouth and Jiren and the Kaioshin being so close together, and Vermouth being the way he acts in the manga, at least, I don't really see it being too far-fetched that he would just give him the cube already. You know what I mean? Like, if Jiren asked for it? Because we know, going off of the anime and going off of Vermouth and Topo both know what the wish is. You know what I mean? They both know what it is. So Jiren has told these two individuals, obviously, him being buddy-buddy with Vermouth and Topo actually calling him his sworn friend, right? So he's told them what his wish is. And I don't know. Who knows? You probably are right. Maybe, you know, it is taboo, so maybe, you know, they told him no. They still have to follow some rules, right? So maybe that's the point. I would love that because, like you said, a lot of stuff that's happened in Super has been foreshadowed before, and Ultra Instinct being the biggest one. So with that being said, the cube, something that was mentioned in the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, or the tournament of the Destroyers as they call it in the dub, this would be really freaking cool.
You know, I just want to say, the one cool thing about this, maybe it comes to this would be kind of cool. You and I have talked about this before. Maybe Jiren's going to win into anyway. We need a vehicle. I think Universe 7 is probably going to lose. Maybe if Jiren is just so strong. Goku can't beat him. Vegeta, no one else can beat him, but they give him a good fight. It gives such an amazing fight that Jiren wins. He makes the wish. He gets the cube for himself. Immortal with a cube, the first one ever in the entirety of existence. And it does several things. Maybe Jiren isn't the savior that we want him to. He's not going to bring back all these universes, but he gets his selfish wish in order to kind of police the other universes, because we've seen him do that. We've seen him kind of do that in the manga. We know he kind of thinks that way in the anime as well. He gets in, he goes, he wants to go do whatever he can, whatever, all these other universes. In the Zenos with kind of a heavy heart and just kind of overexcitement of everything that just happened, and kind of uncaring about the taboo rules that they've established, or someone somewhere has established for whatever reason, that Beerus and Champa and everyone else kind of agrees that like, you can't time travel, you can't use the cube, you can't do all this other stuff. Zeno doesn't care, so he's just like, whatever. I know I was able to destroy all these universes, but they made me so happy that I'm going to bring them all back. Lickety split. I don't need the wish because he's Zeno and he can do whatever he wants. They can do whatever they want. And he does that, probably brings back all the other universes as well, because he wants more people to fight in the next time. And then Jiren makes his way in the cube, goes to one of the other universes that he destroyed later on, and brings back something even stronger, who wants the Dragon Balls for themselves. I think that would be kind of cool, and it would also go a long way at saying sorry, because that's what we should have gotten with the Champa arc. I think they completely steamrolled that in order to get Trunks back in the fray as soon as possible, because we already knew Trunks was coming back around that point. And that to me, that always screwed up the timeline. That always screwed up everything. And I think they've been trying to figure out how to get back to that particular story narrative before. Because I just imagine back when Champa and Beerus were fighting, Hit won the cube. Hit is this almost immortal kind of amazing legendary guy in Universe 6. No one's going to step to him. Goku can't even step to him. He's going to get the cube for his own purposes. He's going to leave, and someone's going to come back in his stead with that cube. It is an amazing plot device, an amazing plot element, and I cannot believe the whole show has forgotten about it up until now. I think it would be great to bring it back in such an amazing way.
Not only that, but think about it like this. With Super, especially with Super, and then Dragon Ball 2, it's not just Super, but especially with Super, there's always little retcons added in there. And what I mean by retcons, they usually just add more to something, or they dive into something a bit more that wasn't really explained that much in Z, so they get some leeway with it, right? Now with the cube, what they could do is they could also say instead of just being able to go from universe to universe, this thing, whatever it is, could be your little plot device to get from not only universe to universe, but timeline to timeline and dimension to dimension. And with that being said, you open up a lot of crazy elements there, especially if they ever wanted to introduce, and I'm pretty sure you already know what I'm going to mention, the Demon Realm, Makaioshins, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff that's kind of in a universe, but kind of like outside of it in a different dimension, kind of like what the Afterlife and what the Kaioshin realm is, you know? You can get really crazy with it, and if you have someone like Jiren or even Hit operating it, whew, you're in for a ride, you know?
I just think that's so cool. I mean, isn't it just like an amazing narrative plot device? I don't know what it would make or how they would retcon it or anything else like that, but just imagine Jiren getting in it. I'm going to go bring peace to all the universes. Zips away, you know, whatever. You know, I'm going to fight injustice. It doesn't matter whether you're high mortal level or not. I'm going to make them all higher. This is what I've always wanted. And I've always been regulated to my own universe. I'm fine with it. Boom, gone. The other Zenos are like, oh, that was fun. He's like, oh, we should do it again. He's like, but we really can't. There's not as much people. And he's like, oh, that's stupid. And then they just completely bring back all the universes, including the other 6 that they destroyed previously. And unbeknownst to us, just later on in the arc, maybe another arc, maybe an arc down the line, it just brings back, like, someone just shows up in the cube. And you're like, oh, crap. Like, that guy beat up, like, this guy beat up Jiren to get the cube.
That would be dope. And we did a video on your channel, too, talking about the possibility that since Super's going to continue, we could get people stronger than Jiren, you know? So, there you go.
We could. And I just... Personally, I know it could be something completely different. It could be something completely generic. It could be something completely humorous. But this, to me, would be the best wish possible. It's something that the series has already brought up and various detail completely forgot about, and they could bring it up and move us into the next arc really fluidly. I think that would be great.
I think what he really wants to wish for is a new pair of slippers. That's what I think. In fact, what I want you to do on this video in the cards, I want you to put a poll there and put slippers or cube. I want to see which one wins.
All right, I'll do that, guys. Please make sure to go and vote on in the cards right now. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section. We always want to hear what you'll have to think about this. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Go down to the description section below. Don't forget to also hit that link and go hit... Don't go down to the description section below, hit that link, and go subscribe to MJ. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscription button to notify you every single time I upload daily Dragon Ball content, guys, sometimes twice a day. You don't want to miss any of the stuff coming out on this channel. Definitely some weird, wacky theories that we always have a whole lot of fun talking about. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. It's been real.